All right, everybody, welcome back to Man-Made Thoughts. My name is Quatez, and this is my second attempt at making this video. Um, my card filled up, so. But anyway, this is Miles Morales, Spider-Man, number 11. I picked the Mary Jane, the Amazing Mary Jane variant cover for this because I felt like it was more playful and fun and, more suited towards, like, a young 14, 15, however old Miles Morales is supposed to be. I mean, when he was first introduced, he was 14, but the way they draw him in the book makes him look like he's like 16 or 17. So I don't actually know how old he is, even though it was his birthday. So anyway, we're coming into this issue right after episode 10. It was Miles's birthday. Peter Parker stopped by to, wish him a birthday wish and all that stuff. And he starts having these memories of events and all that stuff that he has no idea uh, what happened and all this stuff because he's, thinking about the ultimate universe that he actually came from, but he doesn't know that. So we start off, he's beating up some dudes. And normally I like when comics start off with people doing actiony things, but this just kind of didn't have any context to it. He's beating up some dudes. They're cooking up drugs. They have the lamest uniforms in all of history, by the way. And, they're cooking drugs. And this is what I feel like is just kind of messed up. Because Miles Morales, I didn't even know he can fire energy beams. I always thought he could just channel the spider bite and, like, push the energy to something like someone or something. Like in the Spider-Verse movie, he put his hand on Kingpin's shoulder and blasted him back. Like, I didn't know it was a full-on like power blast, like, because that's not fair. Peter Parker gets stuck with just super strength and agility and wall crawling, but like he gets wall crawling and super strength and the agility and the ability to turn invincible or invisible, and he gets a power blast. Like, that's just kind of being unfair, man. Like, that's that's too many power sets for a Spider-Man to have. But anyway, somebody decides to blow himself up to keep these drugs from getting into Spider-Man's hands. I don't know. I don't know why. But anyway, he goes to school, and his friend like Ganke, and then there's Judge, and his sister is having a baby, and they're just talking, just having a normal people conversation, like, "Hey, you ready to be a big uncle and all this stuff?" And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I am." See this right here. This Miles Morales drawing, he looks so old in it. Like, he doesn't look like he's like 14 or 15 or however old he is to suit the narrative purposes, because he looks a whole lot younger in the Absolute Carnage tie-ins. But here he looks like he's going to college or something. So, like one of the United Negro College Funds, like, "Oh man, you finally came up out of the hood. What are you gonna do now?" "I'm gonna go study engineering and I'm gonna be a biomechanic." Just that look right there, especially with the fade, like the military fade and all that stuff. So, it is what it is. But then, um, somewhat cute girl comes out of nowhere, Barbara, and she's like, "Ah, your shoes, they're so fire, by the way." And, of course, because, people still saying fire, I suppose, you can make up slang. I mean, Saladin Ahmed, he could definitely make up slang. Like, this is his Spider-Man world. He can do what he wants inside of it, and he uses words like fire. That doesn't even make it sound like some kids from New York would say this, especially Brooklyn. Like, I don't know, like, well, I know how Philly people would say it. They'd be like, "Man, them Jones is fresh, man." Something like that. But no, they just, "Oh yeah, your shoes are fire." It didn't even sound like that she thinks they're cool. And, he just like, "Oh, I guess you guys are on speaking terms again." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess I don't need that mess in my life though. Not stressed like this." And his teacher is just like, oh, you've been late and you've been sneaking in and all that stuff, so you're gonna be on academic probation, so deal with it. And it's just like forced drama. It doesn't even really, who cares, you know? And he's gonna do some investigating. He's gonna try to figure this out. So his spider sense goes off because he's just going around town and all that stuff. Some guy is getting at work, and they feed him some drugs. And surprise, Miles is beating people up left and right. And then big dude that they were feeding drugs to decides to come out of nowhere and start fighting. And, it's some dynamic stuff here. But then, he starts speaking Spanish, and then he says in Spanish, what, you didn't know that Spider-Man can speak Spanish? Because, you can switch things up. Like, I guess if you think people don't understand. And so he's going to Manhattan because he got a name from the guy who was speaking Spanish. And we found the Prowler up there. And his dad is texting him. You know how it goes. And the baby's coming due to complications, so they need him home. 911. And then he gets up there, it's the Prowler, and oh, Uncle Aaron. And then to be continued. There was nothing really compelling about this issue. I'm probably not gonna buy another Miles Morales Spider-Man book. I don't feel like this was worth my hard-earned $4. Maybe if this was $2.99, I would understand. But I think the cover was really the best thing about the actual book. I don't think that the characters inside of the book talk like they should talk, I guess, because he's not like from like an affluent part of Brooklyn. So he shouldn't talk like somebody who's trying to sound cool. And like, I know he's smart and he likes the science and the engineering and all that stuff. But at the same time, I really think that like they should do a little bit more research on like how people talk, especially when it comes to shoes, because people who like shoes, like sneakerheads, they're not just gonna be modest about the shoes. Like, oh yeah, they just sold out right after I got them. Yeah, no, he would be like, oh, you look at these, and then he would do a pose, like show them, like, yeah, check my footwork. But no, oh, I'm just modest. I got these really cool shoes that sold out online within seconds. You know, just no swagger at all. I mean, come on, man, you're Spider-Man. Even though you don't want them to know it, your friend knows it, so whatever. Anyway, like I said, I guess if you already like Miles Morales, then you can go out and get this, but I feel like I wouldn't buy this book anymore. I wouldn't get another Miles. I would read it on the shelf and then put it back. I just wanted to see because one of the YouTubers that I follow, he was gushing about number 10. So I was like, okay, well, this book might be better than what it actually is, but it's not. It's not that great to me. To me, that's just my personal opinion. I would probably just wait for a trade paperback if you honestly have to have your Miles Morales in your life. But alright, man, that's the video. If you like the video or you disagree with my opinion, like, comment, share. Just leave a comment down below and all that stuff. Share it with your friends, share it with your grandma, share it with somebody who doesn't even know what Spider-Man is, but everybody knows Spider-Man, but not everybody knows Miles Morales Spider-Man. But anyway, if you already are subscribed, make sure you hit the little bell icon so you can get any notification when I start making these videos and putting them up. But anyway, I will see y'all later. We'll have quite a few books to get through. We got some Excellence, we got Space Bandits, we got Power Rangers. My goodness. We got a lot. We got a lot to go through. And we even have issue number 4 of No One Left to Fight. So that one's interesting too. All right. Y'all take care now. Peace out.